The war in Gaza has resulted in a lot of casualties, civilian aid workers, Israeli soldiers or Hamas militants. All of them have become a target in the war. The latest United Nations staff member was tragically killed in Gaza. The incident occurred in Rafah and the United Nations vehicle was targeted, marking the first international casualty among United Nations staff since the war broke out. In a dramatic shift, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has revised its data pertaining to the number of Palestinian casualties in the 7-month-old war. They have reduced the death toll by almost half the number of women and children it previously said were killed. The United Nations says the death toll in the Gaza Strip from the war is still more than 35,000, but the Enclave's Ministry of Health has updated its breakdown of the fatalities, further adding that the figure represents the number of identified casualties, and the documentation process of fully identifying the remaining casualties is still currently ongoing.
Number remains unchanged, and it's at more than 35,000 people since October 7th. What's changed is the Ministry of Health in Gaza has updated the breakdown of fatalities, for whom full details have been documented. So what they recently published was that they gave figures for 24,686 out of 34,622 overall fatalities recorded in Gaza.
On the other hand, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says that more than 1,000 members of the Hamas militants are being treated in hospitals across the country, reiterating his stance that Hamas was a resistance movement.
I never see Hamas as a terrorist organization, and as of this moment, I follow Hamas step by step. And in my country right now, more than 1,000 Hamas members are in our hospitals, all of them undergoing treatment.
Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Israeli forces pushed deep into the ruins of Gaza's northern edge to recapture an area from Hamas militants. While on the south, tanks and troops pushed across a highway into Rafah, leaving Palestinian civilians scrambling to find safety. According to a top official in the Biden administration, the government does not see it possible that Israel will achieve total victory in defeating Hamas in Gaza.
In some respects, we are struggling over what the theory of victory is. And I think sometimes when we listen closely to Israeli leaders, they talk about mostly the idea of some sort of sweeping victory on the battlefield, total victory. I don't think we believe that that is likely or possible.
While elsewhere in West Bank, Israeli protesters blocked aid trucks headed for Gaza. The protesters could be seen throwing supplies from the trucks on the ground. According to a statement from lawyers representing the protesters, 4 demonstrators, including a minor, have been arrested by the officials. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.